Hey you guys, I'm just coming to you from the parking lot of one of the local churches here in my town. I'm going to see a live simulcast of Priscilla Shirer. She is the daughter of Pastor Tony Evans, and she also was the star of the movie War Room about prayer and spiritual warfare for our families. First Baptist here in our town is offering this simulcast free, and so I'm going to go there today and get some encouragement from 9 till about 4:30. And there's a lunch for like $5, so it's a great budgety way to squeeze in some encouragement and a mom's day out right here in my own town. So I'll share with you what I got out of that and what I learned, and let me know what are free things that you get to do in your town or in your area that help you have some fun, some days out, and some encouragement on a budget. See you later. Hi, and welcome back to another video on This Budget Life. And today I'm going to share with you what I learned at the ladies conference that we had yesterday here in my town. It was a Priscilla Shirer simulcast. You may recognize her from the movie War Room, which was about prayer and using prayer as a weapon to fight spiritual battles and achieve things spiritually. Forgive me if I'm squinting, I'm on the porch and it's like really bright. We got these, I know they're backwards, listening guides that were there when we came in, and they just had different notes, so you could, places to write notes while you were listening to her speak. It was being broadcast from Reading, Pennsylvania, so hi to all my PA friends and family and relatives that are living in that area. I cannot speak today. Anyway. It was a real blessing to me. I'd had a really hard weekend. I had planned on doing a yard sale, and I had planned on getting a lot of decluttering done, and you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men, and there weren't any mice involved, so it's just my plans that got messed with. I have fibromyalgia, and we had a wet and rainy weekend, so if you know anyone with fibro or you have fibro, that pretty much incapacitated me for the weekend. So I was feeling somewhat better Saturday, so I went ahead and got up and got dressed, and there was probably, I don't know, 100, 150 other ladies there, and I had a really good time. I had to come home early because sitting and being out and about that soon after a bad flare-up for me started causing a lot of pain, so I had to come home about an hour and a half early, and it did kind of put me out of commission for the rest of the day, but I'm feeling much better today. It's a nice, dry, beautiful Sunday. I'll stick some pictures in here. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't ask for a prettier Sunday. She's very practical for everyday life. She's very transparent and real about how her life is. And so she's always spoken to me more than maybe some other speakers that I've gone to see. And she was talking about the issue of having what she calls a multitude in our lives. And a multitude meaning in a negative way, a multitude of struggles, a multitude of problems, a multitude of issues that we're trying to face or deal with. And I know if you're in the middle of decluttering, if you're starting to learn to budget, if you have a large family, whatever it is that you're going through, the things that we're going through as a family can seem like a multitude, and it can burn you out really fast. And this was just so encouraging to me. One of the main thoughts that she brought out was that the multitude of issues in your life may surprise you, like you never saw yourself in this place or having to deal with this or in this situation, but it doesn't surprise God. God knows your life. He knows everything that's going to happen to you in your life, and He saw this coming. Now, whether we listen to Him and prepared for this is another issue altogether. Teaching and passing these lessons on to 5 children, this multitude, this it can seem overwhelming at times, is not a surprise to God, and He will be there to help us handle it. And she said, always be careful because sometimes blessings can come packaged in your multitude. She used the example of when the disciples were tired and Jesus took them away for a break into a desert area, and there was a huge multitude waiting on them, and it just seemed overwhelming, and they didn't know how they were going to feed them. That within the miracle that Jesus worked there in the feeding of the 5,000 with the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. I think that's right. 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes, or is it 5 fishes and 2 loaves of bread? I don't know. Anyway, the blessing that they got to witness in that miracle only came because they were there with the multitude. So that was encouraging to me to know that this situation that we are in as a family and learning everything that we're learning and doing everything we're doing is not a surprise to God. And that very possibly there's a blessing in there. And honestly, I can just say up front, I know there's a blessing in there because we were already experiencing some of the rewards of having control of our finances and also decluttering and working towards minimalism. Interesting, and I'd never considered this. She said lots of people, when they get into situations, their multitude, their issue, their tight spot, they pray for a miracle. But at the same time, they pray to never be in a situation where a miracle is required. Wow. I totally get that. And a miracle just seems like a perfect way for God to just kind of step in like the big blue genie out of Aladdin. Just like miracleize our lives. You know, and then we can write a book and have a TV movie. But we don't want to be in those situations that actually require miracles, do we? You know, or maybe you feel like your situation financially requires a miracle. Maybe you're facing a big mound of debt and it seems like a miracle, but it actually doesn't need a miracle. It just needs you to be more responsible, to make choices, to set things in order, to tell your money where to go, to, you know, tell yourself no when you're in the store and you're buying yet another knick-knack that you'll have to dust and put in the house, or no when you go to put that item on a credit card. So be careful when you ask for a miracle. Do you really want to be in a situation that requires a miracle? Or do you just need your eyes open to be able to see the blessing in the situation you're in? And for wisdom to take the steps that are needed to fix that situation. I know that I felt when we started budgeting, I felt really inadequate to handle both just the math side of things, trying to figure out which money was going to go where starting out. I didn't feel like I was enough. Honestly, to the point where I had panic attacks and avoided doing this. Well, I guess for years. I mean, like I said, we just started back last August and we've been married for 16 years, a little over 16 years. And so I avoided it at all costs because I was really afraid and I felt like I wasn't competent enough to handle it. And one thing that Priscilla Shirer brought up in the video is that our 5 and 2, our bread and fishes, is enough. For God to take when given to Him. It is enough for Him to take that and make that more than adequate for the situation. If you remember the Bible story, at the end of the feeding of the 5,000, there were 12 baskets full left over. It wasn't barely getting by. God can take what we have, the talents we have, right along with the fears and misgivings and mistakes and a couple times that we trip up, and take those and give us life more abundant and make that enough for the situation with His help and with His blessing. Speak positively about the 5 and 2, the bread and fishes that God has given you. Don't run yourself down. Acknowledge the places where you've made mistakes. Be honest with yourself. Own your crap, because we can't move forward without doing that. But look at your situation positively. When we're constantly bringing up negative things in our lives, whether it's in our own minds that we're rehearsing all of the negative stuff going in our life, whether it's to other people, you should be, well, being honest about the things that you need to work on in your life or situations that your family is facing, whatever they may be. Have a positive outlook on it. God has plans for you, and that His plans for His children are for life more abundantly, above all that we could ask or think. So this was a huge encouragement for me going to this ladies' conference, and there's a lot more that I just can't really fit into a video that's anybody would ever want to watch. So But it was a great blessing to me. If you ever get a chance to go to a Priscilla Shirer event, partake in a Bible study, see a live stream, anything, I highly encourage it. This was a great budget event for me because it was totally free. Like, I paid $5 for the ladies' lunch that they had, but that was totally optional. The whole simulcast they didn't charge for, and they gave us the little listening guides in there. I did purchase one thing, but like I purchased maybe 2 or 3 books in a year because I just don't have time to read. So I know this is going to be backwards because of the video, but this is Priscilla's new book on prayer called Fervent. I haven't started it yet. It's a little different. It is not about prayer. It is an active prayer warrior book. You pray when you're reading this book. This isn't about the mystical nature of prayer or what the Bible says about prayer. There are a lot of books about that. This is different. In fact, the front says, Fervent is a woman's battle plan for serious, specific, and strategic prayer. Now I just got it yesterday, so I haven't started it yet, so I'll do a book review when I'm done, but I think I'm already going to love it because the opening paper after the dedication, right, and then there's the contents, and then there's this, and I know you can't read it, so I'll read it to you. It's a quote from Lord of the Rings. I will not risk open war. Aragon. Open war is upon you, whether you would risk it or not. So ladies, men, women, teenagers, teachers, students, moms, singles, whoever you are watching this video. And I know this is more of a spiritual thing, and not everybody is a spiritual person, but whatever multitude of issues you find yourself, don't be passive and don't be negative. You're in a battle. Be a positive leader in your situation and be aggressive about it. Tell your money where to go. Tell your possessions where their priority is in your life. Value your relationships. And start to win. Anyway, this is my thought for today.